Hi, everyone. Welcome. It is Sunday, March 20th, 2022, and we're about to enter our Q&A session for the Sunday Morgellons Call of the Week.
Hello, everybody. So you have an email there from someone that...
I do. So this is the heroes email, right?
Yes.
Okay. It says, "My heroes, you are the first person that completely understands Morgellons and this horrible disease that does exist and has the knowledge to treat it, but make products that actually work. Thank you so much. These microorganic parasites are no joke. I have finally figured out that I am infested. At first I thought it was just a few bites and wounds that I would get, but I actually have nests of lint in my skin where they live, huge translucent, she calls them mites, but I don't think mites are accurate. I think they're springtails that are very hard to see, and they spin in the toilet. They are in our city water too, so I drink nothing but bottled water. They let out a toxin that makes you very sick and fatigued. Last night something very scary happened to me. I started getting depressed. And stopped eating, drinking, and showering for 4 days. The scary thing happened. I started talking, and nothing but babble would come out of my mouth, like I was speaking in an unknown language. I knew what I was trying to say, but only babble would come out of my mouth. There's a word for that. It's a medical condition. I can't remember the word, but I just want to thank you and the very nice lady that answered the phone and fixed my order that I made. I just want you to know that you have been sent by God, and I believe you have saved my and my husband's lives. We salute you, sir. You are a godsend. We have spent thousands of dollars on worthless products and false promises that don't work. We are in. We believe in you and your products, and we are not one of those people you were talking about that do not even open your emails or do your program. We are believers, and we will be purchasing your products. The debriding soap is amazing. It works. Thank you so much. Sorry this is short. I'm fighting this, and I'm very sick. I wanted to thank you for all your help. I'm sure we will get to know each other very soon. Gary and Lisa from South Carolina."
It's amazing. This reminds me of the agony I went through, and I'm sure it reminds you of the agony you went through. It's agonizing. And there are so many rabbit holes out there that people go down and waste so much money. But the key here is to make the diet work. Make the diet work. And again, before we get too technical, the AMA and FDA thing, the FDA requires me to inform everybody that before you start the diet or accept any of my recommendations, that you discuss them thoroughly with your medical doctor to make sure they do not interfere with any health problems you're presently experiencing. We're here to educate. The AMA, we're not trained to diagnose, cure, mitigate, or treat any disease. We're here to educate. So we educate you how to clean them out of your skin. We educate you how to use the King Diet to your benefit. We educate you how to clean them out of your environment, and educate you how to build health and immune functioning through our targeted supplements and build health. So that's our purpose. We're here to also inspire you, because having gone through and suffered as this lady has and her husband, we appreciate what each and every one of you are going through, and we know that, I just begged and prayed back in the 90s that I could find somebody that I could talk to, that could actually understand, that actually went through what I went through, that actually could give me some guidance or direction, and there was nobody. Nobody. And the few people that claimed success, I said, where are they? I go to China to find you. If I could just ask you a question or two. Nobody. No way to contacting them. Nobody. No way to get clarity. No book to really read. you know, to provide some direction, to guidance. Nobody to tell me if I was dealing with mites or Collembola or Morgellons. But those words weren't even known back then as being infectious agents or something to be infected with. And the medical community today still denies that we can be infected or infested with these organisms. So let's open up the lines and get some questions. Anybody else? Who do we have? Your name?
This is Mary from Delaware.
Hi, Mary.
And hi, Richard. I just wanted to tell you it's been a year that I've been dealing with this. It started St. Patrick's Day last year, and my life has improved so much with your products and with your wisdom, and I just can't thank you enough, because when I look back at where I was last year, it was a nightmare. And I'm not completely clear now, but things are bearable. And it keeps continuing to get better.
And that's wonderful to hear. Things being bearable is a big step, because I remember when things were not bearable for me, and it was total misery. Here's another email that someone wrote in. I'll just read it. My skin was really aging before I found the debriding soap. I was horrified. I have always used good, clean skincare. The parasites eat our skincare and fill up in the lines on our faces and pores, which emphasizes wrinkles. I use a rubber sponge on my face and neck using debriding. I use the 50% concentrate on my face. Soap and my skin started looking younger and so soft. I was really afraid that the debriding soap would age my skin and be drying, but it was the opposite. It cleans out my pores and lines on my face from all the debris which is so aging. I use the debriding cream. The parasites do not like this cream, and it has shea butter. I warm it up in my hands and pat and press it into my skin and face and neck. Careful not to tug too hard. Just press it in. I would never use anything with its own applicator, because it will collect parasites from your face and contaminate your product. I take Garcillin and MaxOne and vitamin C, and they made a visible difference in improving my skin. It's also important to stay hydrated. Yes, absolutely. Hydration is important. I drink a lot of alkaline smart water. Well, as I noted in the earlier segment, she would do better. I mean, it's okay to drink the alkaline smart water, but I would hope she would switch to the coral calcium, which has the alkalinity of 10.5 in your drinking water all day long, and brings along bioavailable minerals to your body. Well, and so far it's working really great. I use during the day a tinted, some other products she mentions here, Jose and Moran product with an SPF, okay? I guess that's for sunblock. I add a little NG in everything on my face. When I go out, I use tinted SPF, a little cream blush, and natural lipstick. Everything I use, I keep in a Ziploc bag. Now, that's a good tip. Keep them sealed up. I learned my lesson for that. Parasites have ruined so much of my skincare. They can crawl into any bottle no matter how tight the cap is on. And it's also important to exfoliate. If I had only one product, it would be the debriding soap. Clean skin is the key to have a younger and healthier looking skin, and nothing can come close to the benefits of the debriding soap. Well, there you go. I thought she was going to be on the call today to share, but I didn't get her she didn't send me the last 4 digits, so maybe she's on the call. Perhaps, I don't know. But, hey, unsolicited, just an email that came in, and this is above and beyond dealing with skin parasites. It's skin health, helping the skin. Here's another one. last week. I was listening to the caller. This is from Imogene from the UK. I was listening to a caller who was asking about sanitizing books. It seems it's best to get rid of as many as possible, and I have a lot. The thought of just throwing them away at the tip is painful, particularly as some of them are beautiful editions of books inherited from my father. If possible, I would like to donate the books to charity. However, I would hate to pass this blight along to others. If it's only those of us with comprised immune systems that are affected in this way, is it okay to take the books to the charity store so others can enjoy them? Please let me know if that's a responsible option. Either way, I will get going with clearing them out. I'm assuming with clothing, I should just throw the clothes out. I decide what to keep, but please confirm that is correct. Well, number one, how do you actually know if your books are contaminated? These organisms are different for different people. So because we may have been talking about people who have contaminated books, doesn't necessarily mean that they have contaminated your book. For instance, my organisms seem to only focus around my socks, and even in drawers, they don't migrate. But yet there are other people who have the organisms that migrate. So you need to figure out if your organisms have migrated into the books and contaminated the books. So that's number one. If they have contaminated the books, yes, we did talk about there are bags that you can probably get on Amazon, oven bags, and you can put the books in the oven bags and put them in the oven at 250 degrees for a few hours. There was actually a blog post done on this maybe a year or so ago that you can look up. I don't know how many hours is best to keep them in the oven, at least 2 or 3, I would think. But and then you could give them away. That is if they are infected. And then put them in a bag with menthol crystals to keep them from getting reinfected, a zipper lock bag. And then you can even, if you have a lot of them, get one of these totes, a big tote with a cover on, and put them in there with menthol crystals and keep them covered up. But as far as clothing goes, generally you don't necessarily have to throw away your clothing. You just need to disinfect it. We discussed this several times. Robin, you want to go through how you disinfect yours using the tote pneumonia and the cover?
Sure. So I have a tote with a pretty good cover that I got at Walmart for like $5, and I put about 2 inches of ammonia in the bottom. And you can use plastic egg crates, cartons, if you don't want to have your clothes totally soak in the ammonia, but I use it for a laundry basket and leave my clothes in there until I'm ready to wash. So it's like a pre-soak in ammonia, and it's the neurotoxins and the fumes that actually work. And then in the wash, I add a cup of borax, and I use an enzyme cleaner or Richard's laundry soap. And then in the dry, and I wash everything on hot. I dry things for at least an hour and a half, and I use 2 dryer sheets, one sprayed with ammonia, one with peppermint oil, and then I put things in Ziploc bags or hanging, heavy plastic clothes things that I make sure I duct tape around where the hanger comes out of the bag in the closet, so that they stay clean and don't get reinfested. And in the Ziploc bags and in the hanging closet things, I put either menthol crystals or Nuvon strips that will kill anything that gets in there.
Great. So you can disinfect your laundry. Oftentimes, simply having it taken it to the laundry and have it dry cleaned will do it as well. She has another question. My next question is similar to the book question. I have all family photos in my house following my father's death, as I had to clear and sell his house of 44 years, which was a huge task. Is there a good way of dealing with physical photos to sanitize them? someone suggested putting a borax in plastic box with grease-proof paper on top, and then the photos. Would this, or doing similar with DE in the box, be a way of killing the bugs effectively so the photos can be looked at by future generations? Have you any experience with photographs, Robin?
I would digitize them.
Digitize them? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, you can put them in the cloud. The whole family can see them. You can share it. You can have an Amazon unlimited photos. You just upload them all. It's the safest thing to do because it's hard with, even if you put them in a sealed container with menthol crystals, it doesn't mean they're going to get into all the separate pages if it's thick. I would digitize them.
Yeah, I don't know if it would work in the oven bag or not at 250 degrees, if that would, would be a problem, but you can try one or two and see what worked, but digitize it. That's an excellent suggestion, Robin. Digitize. That would be the answer. Okay. All right. Let's see who's next here.
Richard, there were a few people that didn't sign up for the mic, but they did sign up for the Q&A section.
All right. Well, we're waiting for that. Let me give some other questions here. I have been taking 1 MaxOne and 3 MaxGXLs each day. I am trying to do stage 1 diet. Is MaxGXL compatible? Also have been using Nutra Silver. MaxGXL is the original Max formula, and until the Japanese researcher discovered how to bind L-cysteine with D-ribose, but MaxGXL is a N-acetylcysteine derivative product, and it is compatible. I don't use it or recommend it. I mean, in the very beginning, I did because it was the only product that was available that could really boost glutathione significantly. But MaxGXL also has fish shell, and some fungal ingredients in it. Some people are simply allergic to shellfish and fungal, two big allergies, and I had too many people with allergy problems, and it was expensive, and I'd have to refund the money, so it was just not worth it to me to handle MaxGXL. Even it might be $5 cheaper, but it's just not worth it. So I only recommend MaxOne as the way to go, but if it's MaxGXL is compatible and you can find it, fine, you can use it. I've also been using NutriSilver and Cat's Claw. Do these work with the diet as well? Well, I believe NutriSilver is out of business, so there may be a store of it available that's being sold off, and that NutriSilver is compatible. We have our own silver in our store. People using it as an antibiotic, antiviral, all the things that it's claimed to do. Let's say it this way. When people go to our store, they have the equal option of purchasing a colloidal silver or Garcillin. And I would say the choice is 300 to 1 for Garcillin versus colloidal silver. In my opinion, it's not as effective as Garcillin. Cat's Claw. Well, when we're looking at NutriSilver and Cat's Claw, particularly Cat's Claw, generally this is something that people find for dealing with Lyme disease. Cat's Claw. Dr. Horowitz, I believe, is a proponent of using Cat's Claw and some other things to deal with Lyme disease. I used it, and it was of really no benefit, but that's only my experience. Our approach to dealing with Lyme disease is spelled out in the free report. Lyme disease doesn't have to own you anymore, and it's by using a multiple vitamin that we have, our multiple vitamin, our ionic minerals, and MaxOne, and Garcillin, which is a natural antibiotic. Now, it's not my claim. You can read about it on Wikipedia. It's said to be a natural antibiotic, antiviral, antifungal, antiparasitic, antiprotozoan. So, and amazingly, remember, 90% of the people who are dealing with Morgellons, according to the research done by Marianne Middleveen and Strickler, there's 90% are dealing with also one of two kinds of spirochetes associated with Lyme disease. And we do pretty well. So it's not a cure. It's not a treatment. It's not here to mitigate. We use it to improve health and immune functioning. And by doing so, oftentimes, many times, actual treatment for Lyme disease is unnecessary. And if it is necessary, it's going to make that treatment far more effective. Okay, so I also like a product called shredded kraut. It has no vinegar in it. I think it is sauerkraut and is listed on the diet, but it is so tasty that I am suspicious about it. Yeah, there can be tasty things in stage 1 of the diet. Robin, how do we test food? How, if we're uncertain about food or uncertain about something, how do we test it?
By keeping a food diary.
Right. Keep the food diary. And everything you consume, everything you eat, everything you drink, you write down. Now, minerals, vitamins, supplements, anybody starting on the King diet, whatever supplements you have in your cabinet, what should they do with them?
Put them aside till you're all better.
Put them away. Put them in the back of the cabinet. Do not even try to use them.
Right.
Why? Because I can take a bet, a $1,000 bet with any one of you that if you take all the supplements that you're now taking and you go through the other ingredients or the actual ingredients, you will find at least one or more that are not compatible with the diet. We are very fortunate. I mean, I think I'm very lucky to have found, fortunate to have found the significant supplements that are totally compatible with the diet, totally compatible. So I don't recommend, this is not so we make money selling vitamins. This is because these supplements are totally 100% compatible with the King diet for no other reason. So, and price-wise, I don't think there's any difference between what you pay with what we recommend and what you're going to find in GNC or any other place that sells vitamins or Puritan Pride. In fact, there are a few that we do have that do come from Puritan Pride.
I have a menthol crystals, and my concern is I understand the menthol crystals do evaporate and they can be flammable. Now, how does if you put them in a Ziploc with books or wherever, I understand on another call that folks put them with their keys or their phone or whatever. But how do you monitor that from their being evaporated, and how do you dispose of them? And I was surprised to read that they can be flammable, like alcohol can be flammable. And then I have another question.
People use menthol crystals and burn them in wax burners, just like they would use an ozone generator.
Mhm. Yeah, I would be.
But they're not going to be flammable in a plastic Ziploc bag.
Oh, okay, because it wasn't.
They don't just spontaneously combust.
Okay, that's what I was wondering about. What about like the melting? How do you know how long they're going to last, or if you have them in?
If you open a Ziploc bag and you can't smell them anymore, then they're done.
Okay. So there's no, in other words, there's no way to know how long they're going to last. I mean, it depends upon the quality or whatever. I mean, is it quality control with crystals, like, with the supplements in the store?
They last a long time. I don't know how long. I mean, they last a long time. But if you open a Ziploc bag and there's no smell, then they have been used up.
Well, you can actually see through the Ziploc bag. So if you have a few crystals in there that you can actually see, they're just like mothballs. They're not going to last forever. They're going. But the thing about the difference between having them loose in the environment and in a Ziploc bag, there's nothing that's going to be carrying them away. Like if you leave them out in your floor of your a closet, they're going to evaporate into the atmosphere just like a mothball. But in a Ziploc bag, there's nothing that's going to be carrying the fumes away. So it's unlikely that they'll probably stay in there for years.
Right, and you don't want to leave them loose in the environment because they're toxic.
I see. So as far as how do you dispose of them? I mean, once you say they go into the environment, like if they're on a carpet or loose, you say they're toxic, and do you have a special way of disposing of them?
To breathe. No.
I'm sorry. Sorry. What was that?
No, I don't have a special way. I would vacuum them up and throw the bag away.
Just throw the bag away. So not to worry about it, but it's not good to breathe them in.
Right.
Right.
Okay, that's very, very helpful. Can I ask another question really quickly?
Sure.
I'm wondering about like liver enzymes. There are products that are advertised online and companies have for Fenbid, but then I understand that that it can affect one's liver enzymes. And I do well with antifungal drugs if I take them periodically, but I am concerned about the liver enzyme issue, and I'm just wondering if you have any information on that.
That's out of my expertise. I really don't. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But I can, if you send me a question about it, email me a question, I can forward it to Dr. Luna, and he can check that out.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. I just thank you very much, Richard, for your guidance through this demonic activity that's come upon my life to help me, to function. I've been going through this for a couple of years now.
Your first
and at one time,
your first name and where are you from?
Me?
Your first name and where are you from?
My name is Dia from the Jersey Shore.
Oh, Jersey. You're right down near us.
Yeah.
Okay, near me.
Yeah, I noticed that. And at one point, I was sleeping on a kitchen chair because I couldn't find any comfort. And one time when I was about to fall asleep, something like jumped up and bit me on my leg, on my calf, and it actually bit me where I was bleeding. And do you have any idea what that could have been? I mean, I didn't see anything. There was nothing there.
It's most likely a mite. And did it leave a line in your skin? Did it leave a line, or was it just a mark?
Yeah, well, I mark after, because I mark easily, and it was actually a bite, where blood was dripping down my leg, and there was nothing there.
But when you look at it, was it like a line of bites? So was it like a straight line or crosshatch line or anything like that?
Yeah, more than likely, because this is like 2 years ago.
All right, that's an indication that mite was part of the Collembola issue. It probably carries Collembola and into your ankles and area like that. That's exactly the type of thing that I've often been infected by.
Okay, and then also one other thing, when I eat something, it comes out of my skin. What is that?
When you eat something, what comes out of your skin?
Whatever I eat, it seems like whatever I eat, if it's not agreeable, to the diet, it's like it regurgitates out of my skin. It just like comes out of my pores.
I can't comment on that one, but have you gotten the diet to kick in?
Oh yeah, the diet is just, the diet has definitely helped me. I don't feel that horrible feeling in my body anymore. How you would feel like the crawlies all over your body. I don't have that anymore. But if I eat something, it's like those white balls come out of my skin.
Okay. Well, definitely if you eat something that is off of the diet, you will react. I am not familiar with something coming out of your skin or something being excreted from your skin. I'm not familiar with that, but definitely would expect activity to happen if you eat something that's not on the diet. Have you tried the Parasite Stop formula?
No, I haven't.
Try that. It's amazing. It's phenomenal.
Okay. I will check into it. Like I said, I have been broke. I've spent all my savings. I'm totally broke now from spending so much money on this. Just try to get a good night's sleep is like a job. I had to get rid of everything.
I know.
Maintain a good night's sleep. Mm-hmm.
It destroys finances. It really is. So,
I'll check into it.
Yeah, see if you can put the Parasite Stop formula in your what you're doing. That may make it much easier for you, the diet to work even better.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gotten the environment cleared?
I keep it pretty good with ammonia and pine sol and things like that.
Good.
When I can, I'm going to get the electric static sprayer. That's what I want to get.
So you would say that you've significantly improved since you came into the program?
Oh, definitely.
Good to hear. Great. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I have bought some of your products and everything. And your products are great. Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. Okay, keep coming back. We're here to support you in getting your life back.
Lena, you could go next. Lena.
Take care.
Who's next?
Okay. Lena.
Hi.
Hi, Richard. This is a question about tuna fish in a can. What do you think about, is there a difference between skipjack tuna or albacore tuna? Is there a difference as in for our King's Diet 1?
Gosh, I don't know. As long as it's in water, do you have any idea, Robin or Mary? Either
no.
No, I don't,
okay.
But I can tell you that you need to read the label carefully, even if it's in water, because if you have issues with soy, they're actually putting soy in the water in the tuna juice. I have no idea why, but it keeps me from being able to eat a lot of tuna.
Right.
Because I'm allergic.
Yeah, I noticed that just the other day. The other day I noticed that they put vegetable broth, and then vegetable broth has carrots in there, so we can't have it.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Well, I mean, if you're at the end of stage 1, towards the end of stage 1, going into stage 2, I make my own mayonnaise, and I have tuna in water with mayo frequently, and I have no problem with it.
Okay, good to know. And I just found one brand. I didn't try it yet, but I ordered it. It's called Wild. All of a sudden I forgot. But that one doesn't have any water, any oil, just tuna and sea salt. Yeah.
Right. So that's great.
And instead of ordering it, you can check in your grocery store, like in the health food aisle, or in the health food store locally. A lot of times they'll have like a separate aisle in a grocery store for gluten-free and health food things, and you'll find that kind of tuna. It comes in packages instead of cans, and you can look right there in your grocery store.
Okay. Thank you so much. I never knew there's such a thing as a skipjack tuna, so I was just wondering, would that be more oily? But thank you. I'll look into it.
Yeah, so keep the eating diary. That's important, so you'll know if you're reacting to it or if it's acceptable or not.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
Keep coming back. How are you doing? How are you doing with the program?
Good. I've been doing stage 1 for years because I got reinfected a few times. And this time around, I'm really hearing you emphasize make the diet work. So since January 17th, I'm really working hard on making it work. So I'm still going at it. Yeah. Great.
So pick up that Parasite Stop formula and watch it really start working.
Okay, I'll give it a try. I have it at home. Yeah.
Good. Three capsules a day. They're big, but and man, makes a huge difference.
3 capsules a day. Okay, thank you.
Who's next?
Hi there. I have had, the puffballs and some kind of bizarre, mostly scalp situation for over 10 years now. And recently something bizarre happened. This helmet of a scalp that I have started breaking open. And I didn't realize how serious it was. Literally inches of these things are coming out of my scalp. I'm going to call them things because I don't know what they are. I hope they're not maggots. I don't know what they are. They turn into cotton. Anyway, it's my whole scalp, literally, and inches of my hair were under there the whole time. So, luckily I've been wearing a beret for about 10 years, but now I'm suddenly going to apparently have long hair if I can keep getting them out. But I'm wondering how dangerous it is that my scalp has been this badly swollen and covered in whatever these are, literally for 10 years. And I mean inches of the stuff coming out. I'm don't really trust the doctors. Obviously, they have called me DOP. But how dangerous could it be to have had my head this swollen for this many years?
Well, we don't know how dangerous it is. What we know is what you can do about it. First of all, have you gotten the diet to kick in?
Yeah. I've been on the diet for years, but basically it was a movable. And I resorted to using some permethrin, and that got some of it out. It sort of started the process. And then I did something kind of weird. I got Cortisol shampoo, and I left it in my hair. And that seemed to, there must be a fungal component because tons more of them started coming out. But it's pretty horrifying what's happening. It's just science fiction, horror stuff.
Are you familiar with our scalp protocol?
I did look at it, and I've used the debriding stuff, and I also have your herbal stop formula.
Okay. Well, Robin, would you like to go through the scalp protocol, go A to Z? And this will be recorded. It'll be on YouTube. And so if anything you miss, you can go back and listen to it.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Sure. Well, okay. What we have is a protocol. You do it.
Sorry, I was muted. I was muted because there was noise in my background. Okay, after you take a bath, you take a shower, and the first thing you do is just put some debriding soap straight in your hair and leave it. And then what I do is I make a mixture using coconut oil, neem oil, peppermint oil, clove oil, and eucalyptus lemon oil. And I mix it in a big container so it lasts a while. You rub that in your hair and leave that, and then on top of that you can put some of the MSM gel that Richard sells, and if you want to, on top of that you can put Claudia's Dream Cream and diatomaceous earth, and then you do this every night, and you put something tight on your head. Like I use these little 4-gallon garbage bags that come in a roll at Walmart, and I just tie it on my head. And then around the edges, I put Aquifer diaper rash lotion so that nothing gets out of the bag. And
Right.
You do that as often as you can. If you're not going anywhere during the day, or if you have like a cancer cap or something you can put on your head, then do it in the morning as well. And it can take a month or two or even longer, but it will clear your hair. The other thing that you can do is get it's called red light therapy, and you can get an inexpensive red light for that on Amazon, and you sit under it 20 minutes a day, and it promotes hair growth, as well as it helps your immune system and your skin.
I have a massager with a red light on it? Would that work?
I don't know, because there's plain red lights, and then there are red lights that actually are for red light therapy.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And
I guess this is.
You want to make sure your headrest in your automobile is disinfected. You might put a bag over it, or put some menthol crystals in there or something like that, and spray the bag so your headrest is disinfected. You want to make sure your pillow that you sleep on, you put the
zippered vinyl pillowcase.
Right, zipper vinyl pillowcase, and keep that disinfected. The mixture that you use to put in your hair can vary. You can use what Robin has had with the mixture of different oils. We have them all in the store. What our first coach came up with many years ago, her name was Sandra, was to take some of the Nature's Gift shampoo. We have either foaming or regular shampoo. Add in some Super MS M gel that also has diatomaceous earth in. Robin mentioned that. Put in some peppermint oil or clove oil. Clove oil is great for mites. Mites hate it. You put in some of Claudia's Dream Cream. Make up your own mixture. Stir it up in your hand, and then massage it into your scalp and cover it. Do it 3-4 times a day in the beginning, and comb it out when you're done before you treat it again. And of course, disinfect that comb. You got to get a lot of debris out. Short hair is better, as short as possible. So frequently, and even when you have nothing, even when you feel nothing, and you feel that wow, it's normal, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Don't just stop when you have no activity, when you feel nothing. Keep doing it for a few more days.
I've been recently hearing about LDN.
Well, low-dose naltrexone is one of the medications that help regulate cortisol, and is used in a myriad of different, it has multiple uses. It's something that you can get a prescription for. You have to go to a compound pharmacy to have it made. If your doctor won't write a prescription for you, we do have a doctor who, for a fee, he will take you on over the phone as a consulting
great
patient, and he'll get a prescription for it if that's what you want to do. It's I'm not in a position where I would recommend it or not recommend it.
Does it break down chitin? Well, that is the stuff that insects make.
Lufeneron inhibits chitin, and the kinase enzymes that we have in the store break down chitin.
Right. So Lufeneron is something you take rather than something like Sareptes or one of these other things that break down enzymes?
Lufeneron is a capsule that you take once daily with oil. It could be a pat of butter or
10 grams of fat.
Yeah.
10 grams of fat.
Need fat.
At a meal.
And how do I get a hold of Lufeneron?
All right, the website is shop, S-H-O-P, like you're going shopping for a house or a car. Shop.
Oh, yeah, I heard that earlier. Okay. I got it.
All
right. I thank you so much.
Okay. Keep coming back. Keep us apprised of your progress, of what's happening. Like I say, what you're experiencing is beyond my expertise. But we're here to learn.
Absolutely.
And we learn from each other.
Thank you.
Like I remember you know, people talk about, well, having detox reactions. And I remember one lady writing me, I learned like this. She started Lefiniron, and after she started Lefiniron, she had massive breakouts on her skin, like acne breakouts. And this went on for some time. And rather than stopping Lefiniron, she kept with it, and it all cleared up, you know. So, you know, how do you know what that is? You know, is Lefiniron making it worse, or is it really bringing stuff out, for instance? So that could be anything, whether you're taking MaxOne or whether you're taking Garcillin or anything. Is it making it worse, or is it really bringing the stuff out? Sometimes it has to get worse before it gets better. But we don't really know the answer except through communication with each other, and we learn from each other. If I didn't have that story to share, or that lady shared that experience, it would be an unknown to me. Okay. Anyone else with questions?
My question is mostly about my hands. I've found that they are a real source of reinfestation, and I wasn't aware of it until I, you know, took a really close look with, you know, a magnifier, that all these hangnails are actually critters, and they build up under my fingernails and all over my hands, and they dig in and make slits on the corners of my fingernails, which are really painful. And, you know, I've tried different things to, you know, like the essential oils and you know, things like that. And also trying sleeping with, you know, putting things on my hands and then sleeping with gloves to try to soften it up and soak and try to scrape it off. But
okay. Now, first of all,
any suggestions?
Yes. First of all, have you gotten the diet to kick in?
I'm working on it, but not quite.
All right.
I have good days and bad days, or good days and not so good days.
That's going to be important. Make that diet kick in. Get an order the Parasite Stop formula to help it happen. Keep the diary. Make that diet kick in. And I know Robin has some things. Let me first of all, are you doing hand baths? Are you doing finger baths with Nature's Gift and maybe apple cider vinegar or some disinfectant? Are you doing those during the day?
I'm trying, yes. I keep forgetting about the apple cider vinegar because I can't drink it.
Well, you can use peppermint oil, but I think apple cider vinegar is probably the best. How often are you doing the hand baths?
I use the peppermint or tea tree oil or the clary sage every day. I even
on
use
your hands?
The yes, on my hands. I've used the I found that I have a fingernail brush that I can try to you know, scrape some of it off after I've softened it. It's helping, but I just want to make sure that when my nose itches, the first thing is I want to rub it with my fingers, but my fingers are infested, so that's not a good thing.
Use your knuckles to do your nose, to stimulate your nose. But anyway, get the diet to kick in. Do the finger baths. Get the Nature's Gift skin lotion that we have, and keep that daily. Keep every 20 minutes if you have to. Rub that in into your hands and your fingers. Between the baths, the finger baths. Robin, you have anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, I just wanted to add sulfur cream. At night, push sulfur cream under your fingernails and all around the nails of your, and especially your nails, and let it sleep like that. You probably end up with like black stuff. Your nails will be filled with dead black bugs. When you wake up in the morning.
More of the cream because I'm out. That I do have the sulfur shampoo. Yeah, I need to get more of that.
We have sulfur bar soap that you can use to wash your hands with. The sulfur bar. You can when you put the cream on at night to sleep, you can put gloves on to keep it moist during the night, so that it'd be like keeping it in the bath. And you want to make sure that you invert the gloves in the morning and disinfect them with ammonia or something so that they are not being recontaminated.
Well, I've been using ones that I can just
MSM
peel off and throw away.
Yeah, the Super
Robin,
MSM
what was
gel
that?
Super too. Yeah, a Super MSM gel along with the skin lotion. That would be a great combination. Thank you.
Super MS. What? I'm sorry, I missed.
MSM gel.
Yeah, Super
gel.
MSM gel. It's in the store. It's MSM gel with diatomaceous earth and nature's gift.
I know I've heard of it before. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, and the skin lotion. And do that frequently throughout the day, you know, and report to us next week. Okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Keep coming back.
Yeah, I'm still having this problem with my eyes mainly. And I was wondering, I was trying to go from stage 1 of the diet to stage 2. And I was wondering if Greek yogurt is okay.
Yogurt? No. No yogurt.
Greek yogurt.
No yogurt.
No yogurt.
No yogurt.
Oh, okay.
No. Sorry. Okay, anyone else?
That's it, Richard.
That's it. Okay. Great segment. Anything to add, Robin?
No.
Mary, anything to add?
No.
Okay, let's wrap it up.